Yo, 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 what's up, creator? Oh, thanks for the subscription, bro. Appreciate it. My boy. How was the sound, by the way? Music sound? Mic check, sound check. Oh, yeah, I got a new mic, by the way. I know, right? You haven't been here in a minute, huh? All right, let's see. Let me just post it in my Discord. And we're gonna talk some Bitcoin today.
Hello?
Hey, what's up, Jim?
Did I manage to get on in time?
Yeah, I didn't even start yet. I think you're
Oh,
good.
sweet.
What's up, Jim?
How you doing?
What's up, man?
I'm just a bit breathless now, but I'm good.
Did you get your run in? That's what's up, man.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I got it in.
Nice. I'm about to tweet it and put it in my Discord, and then we could talk some Bitcoin. How did you do yesterday? Did you trade it?
What did I do yesterday? No, I didn't trade it actually.
Oh, yeah.
I was a bit like, I don't know. What was I doing yesterday? I've just been a bit out of it, to be honest. Like, a bit out of sync, you know.
Yeah, a lot of people, I feel like, were out of sync.
Just not able to trade my normal style, you know.
Yeah, it was, to be honest, it was pretty trash price action during that consolidation.
I got a nice short in today though.
Yeah, I believe you. It's beautiful.
Top ticked it. So.
Nice, bro. That's what I like to hear. All right, let me just put it on my Discord. Can you hear the stream? Like, is the music good for you, or is it too loud?
No, it seems good. Well, I've just heard myself speak. I need to get a new mic.
No, I think it's pretty good. You sound pretty clear and whatnot.
Okay.
All right, join up. Let's get it. Okay.
I'll get a retweet now.
All right, so I just tweeted it. So I think some more people will join up. Did I like mess up my chat? Can people type in the chat, or is it like in subscription mode? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's in subscriber mode.
Oh, it's in subscriber mode? What the hell did I do? What did I do?
Don't ask me. I'm rubbish.
Nah, don't worry. I'm gonna fix this. Like, hold on. What the hell is happening? I was like wondering why nobody in chat is talking, and I'm like, what the hell? Alright, so let me just try to fix this shit. I hope I can fix it.
Yeah, I think you just go to the settings next to chat.
Oh, I could do it in the chat? Okay, so chat.
And then chat
oh, wow, it is subscriber mode. Okay, alright, it's off. So I think people... I'm like, why is the chat so quiet? What the hell? Alright, so I think the chat is good now. I was like, what the hell is going on? Sorry, guys. I wasn't not trying to scam you guys. It was an accident, I promise.
Oh, yeah. I've just realized that we did this yesterday with SC. If you screen share on the call, I can watch what you're doing, like,
okay.
time, so I don't get the Twitch delay.
All right, so let me screen share on the call. By the way, how is the music? Can you hear the music, Jim, or is it like is it good?
I've got the stream muted, but I did check.
Oh, okay. All right, so let me screen share. Hopefully they don't see my porn. Hold on. No, I'm joking. All right. So I think it's good now, right? Can you see the screen on your meeting?
No, actually.
You can't?
Hang on.
Move this window away from the shared application. Cause I'm doing it on like OBS, so it's like it's acting pretty weird.
Should work. I did it yesterday.
So it's like, all right, so the stream is working. All right, so
we can kind of wing it if you want to just get going. I can sort of watch the stream.
hold on, let me just try to see what's up. All right, so it says waiting
Jim
for people to
sounds
see your screen. People only see your paused app. That's so weird.
They're not quiet as well. I need to.
All right, we're having some. This is like a noob.
Sorry, guys.
This is my first time doing this share thing, so I don't know. I feel like a noob. It's not like, for some reason, it's being weird. All right, so.
Do I sound clearer now, guys? I've moved my mic a bit.
Yeah, I think you sound good. All right, so stop sharing screen. All right, so let me try again. Maybe I have to share my whole screen, cause like I try to share.
Like a single monitor.
All right, so let me try to share my whole screen and see what happens.
Yep, that works.
Oh wow, so sharing the whole screen works. All right, so only you can see this, right?
Yeah. This
all right,
is so
good.
I can be like.
Don't tell people about my porn, all right?
No, it's cool.
I'm joking. All right, so let me minimize this. You see this alpha right here? We're gonna keep that quiet, Jim.
Okay. I've seen Workidia, you know Workidia.
Yeah, you see this too? We also gonna keep that quiet. But all right. So let's see. All right, so did I tweeted it, right? All right, cool. We tweeted it. All right. So let me see the chat. All right. So the screen is working. Chat is working. I'm sorry, this is a lot. All right. So Jim, you good, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Sound good? Everything good? All right, cool. So I think first I'll just say how I will start. So basically, I'm gonna review this trade, right? Because I don't know if you joined my stream before, Jim, but I always review the trade I take,
Okay.
just for me, and then for people in the chat to see my thought process. So we'll review that, and then we'll talk about price action now, because it's interesting. So you're short right now, correct?
Yeah.
Or that's good. So by the way, Chad, this is me and Jim's first time ever speaking, by the way. So like I never spoke to Jim, but
Yeah.
I've been on Twitter with him, and he's a cool dude. So I like the vibe. I like his vibe. All right.
Likewise.
All right. So before I start, let me see the chat. So if you in the stream from my Discord, write sign in chat right now. Just write bull, because I was bullish in my Discord yesterday. So I want to see my Discord. So I don't have anybody but my mod here. Only Clotum is here from my Discord, my admin. All right, so cool. So bull. All right, so we got some Discord people. He said they're saying it's hard to hear Jim. All right,
yeah,
so
I think it's just I've got a crap mic.
no, I think you're good. I think maybe if I lower my music, it'll be better. All right, so let me try to lower the music.
Like in my mouth.
Now you're good for me, but let me see. All right, so I lowered the music in my ear.
I think you've probably got a good mic and I've got a rubbish mic, and the levels.
Honestly, I just bought a Corsair mic.
Okay.
It's like a cheap one. All right, so how about now? Can you guys hear Jim?
Hello? It's good now. Yeah, shit mic. Yeah, I've got a rubbish mic, guys.
All right, they said audio good now. All right, cool. All right, that's good. So let's just talk about this play real quick, and basically let me try to give you guys my thought process while taking this trade yesterday. All right, so Discord. All right, cool. So yeah, we'll start by, let's see the first tweet I did. All right, so let me look at the first tweet I did that basically pretty much got me into longs. All right. Okay, it started from this tweet right here. All right. So basically, around this time when I looked at the price, I saw the TPO chart. So we're going to talk about that. And also, I would like to tell everybody in here that I'm not a professional TPO trader. I just started learning this like a month ago, and I found out like a way to add confluence to my already priced action trades. All right. So at the time when I was looking, hold on, what's going on? All right, what did I do? Okay, Twitter. So when I was looking at this price action, right? So initially, I saw the dump from 30.6. And I know a lot of people were pretty much long in 30.6, right? I was not long in this. Wait, where is it? 30.6. All right, cool. I know a lot of people were longing in this zone. So while we were here, I was pretty much watching price action because from my experience as a trader trading crypto, when I see a leg down like this on support like this, I usually don't look to fade the first move on this. All right. So I learned that from experience trading and getting wrecked over time. So when I see this leg, I already know people are hungry to long because they're bullish. But if you look at this, like, we've been pretty much in this area for 6 days. So when I see a leg down like this and it doesn't mean revert quick, I'm not interested. So I was pretty much watching price here. And then I was like, all right, so now that we broke this level right here, we got this second leg. I was still not long and I was being patient. I was more interested to look at pretty much this low right here, which is 30K. So I was waiting for it to test this. So once we pretty much broke 30K, I was still sitting, right? So when I sent that tweet out around this, I was waiting for something like this. So my thought process was basically like the TPO at the time, Jim, you know this too. This is a weak low, correct?
Yeah.
I'm a TPO noob, but I know this right here is a weak low. And pretty much this volume profile, to me, it's like, it's not organic. So you want to see TPO like this for proper distribution. So when I see this, I know some shit is going to happen. And with price action as well, me looking at candlesticks, I'm like, all right, so I'm going to wait for them to sweep the first low, right? So when they sweeped it, I believe it was this right here. They sweeped here. I scaled in some long over here. So I was scaling in over here. And then right here on the second sweep, I was in a full position. And how I was playing this range, and I want everybody to like see a good way you can hold your position without puking. Because honestly, I would have puked in this range so many times because the price action was very bad and I felt like we were about to nuke to like 26K. But I held because of this reason. So I saw this range playing out, right? So I see this range playing out. So when we go to the 5-minute time frame, and by the way, I'm looking at footprints, I'm looking at order flow, so I'm looking at many things to see if we're gonna actually get a breakout or we're not. So I'm long from 29.3, around 29.3. So while price is coming to like 29.8, I realize there's a lot of trapped longs in 29.8. So how I look at market makers, they're gonna try to play with the trapped longs. So every time we got to 29.8, I would take a scalp short on a different account to hedge my 29.2 long. So 29.3 long, sorry. So yeah, I was, every time we got here, I was scalping short, scalping short, scalping short. And I remember getting here, and also I was shorting here, all right, while I was holding this long to hedge basically my position. So I was hedging my long basically. So when we got here, I remember this tweet specifically. I remember this tweet specifically. We're gonna go to this guy right here because he's an alpha whale right here. So I remember seeing this tweet, and once I saw the tweet, I was pretty much looking looking at the order books to see what's going on, and I'm about to show you guys something really interesting that I knew we was gonna break out 100%, and I closed the hedge, and I pretty much was all in long. Where's this guy's tweet? Did he delete his tweets? Because he tweeted some bullish shit. Did you see it, Jim, by the way?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, to be fair. But yeah, I did see it.
I saw that tweet and I was like, all right, I'm closing the head short and we're going to watch the order book. And I'm going to show you exactly in the FTX order book what I saw. All right, so yeah, he pretty much tweeted this whole thread. I was in my long position, scaling into a short because we were at the top of that little range, right? So when I saw this tweet right here, it said, we'll see if we're right. For a quant team, we do put in fairly big delta positions, long as bull markets are way more fun. So this tell me he was pretty much long. And going to the footprints chart, I'll show you guys. It's hilarious. Can you see this, by the way, Jim?
Yeah.
All right, so the stream could see the XO2, right? So yeah, we're gonna go exactly to the footprints near that tweet. Where is he? So this is the 5 minute, by the way. This is all right. We already broke out. Okay, so this was pretty much the range. Look at this, Jim. Look at this.
Jesus.
So like around that tweet. No. All right, so shit, I can't draw on this, but you guys can see. You see this? 16 mil bidder, 16 mil market orders. Look at Alameda right here. Look at him. All right, he said F everything. So when I saw this right here, this delta, because if you look at the delta on FTX, it's pretty much dry. Like this whole range, pretty much dry, right? So it's weak delta, some shorters here. We have shorters here. And I'm watching Binance order books as well, just to see if there's a correlation. And they had massive sell walls during his tweet. So I was like, all right, he's bullshitting. But once I saw this bid, I closed my shorts because we went to like 29. Because this right here, this volume is like, it's crazy amount of volume, right? So I added to my other position on long. So I just market bought. And then shortly after, pretty much, it was a whole lot of wreckage. All right, so that was my thought process. And on this trade, we got in here and then pretty much was hedging up here. And then where I took profit, all right, so 30 point, this area, I TP'd like 30% of my position, 40%. And then on the next leg up over here at 31.2, I TP'd like 30%. And then this morning, I took another like 25, 30%. So I'm holding some. And we'll discuss price action today. And we'll see if Jim wants to discuss his thoughts as well. Sure. But yeah, that's pretty much yesterday's trade. And yeah, that's it. So yeah, we'll talk to Jim now since he's been chilling. And we'll see his thoughts. Let's see what you got for us, Jim. Like how do you? Let me delete this. So I had to flex, of course. So how do you think it's looking? Let me see if I could get a fresh chart. All right.
Sure. So I personally hate these kind of moves that we've had today.
Yeah.
Because it's it's zero pullback, short squeeze right into resistance. Mm-hmm. So you get to resistance and it's overbought. There's no support structure on the way up. So the likelihood is it's probably gonna, there's a strong possibility it comes down just as quickly as it went up, sadly.
I do agree. I agree with you that
the problem with price action, it doesn't let people on board. It's like how would you describe it? Sort of, it's like a poor auction, basically.
Exactly, poor auction.
And it depends where the bid steps in the order book now. We might put in a higher low. But like you said earlier, we've got poor lows. We put in a weak low again. So I'm sure.
Yes, I do agree.
It feels like they used that conference call to squeeze. And you've also got to sort of think they've just generated a lot of liquidity to sell into. So I'm not necessarily saying we're going to make new lows, but this kind of move today is the perfect move to get that final, because I've just been waiting for that final dump.
Yeah,
I just feel like the
exactly.
market needs that last dump.
Honestly, I thought we was gonna get it yesterday.
It looked like it. It looked like it.
I was ready. I had orders up to like 24K. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
And did you look
I
at the
took
backwardation?
yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I took a continuation short on ETH that I got stopped out of yesterday.
So
it
Ethereum?
was ready to go. Yeah, so I got stopped out on that yesterday, but I'm not too bothered. It was just seemed like a good type invalidation trade. But
where did you short, by the way?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, like.
I shorted like 1800, looking for it to roll over. So
1800.
Yeah, I had a tight invalidation, like 1850. I said if it flips 1850, I'll cut. So I cut.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, moon.
Yeah, I can see why you shorted it, cause like.
Well, going back to the profile, you're talking about the profile. It was like a classical trend day, so I was just trying to follow the trend, really.
See, that's something I still have to learn about profile. I'm still studying it, by the way, but I know like the basic things to apply it. That's why I don't really talk about it much, because I'm still a noob. I know you and Silico and Magus are like top notch when it comes to profile, but
do a quick explanation now. If you want to get your profile up, I'll talk you through it a bit if you like.
All right, so you said Ethereum. All right, so let's look at
well,
Ethereum.
you can do it on Bitcoin. It was the same on Bitcoin as well.
So on my profile here, basically, I leave the ticks to 80. I'm not sure what ticks do you use. This is also for the Twitch chat.
Depends on the volatility.
So when it's really volatile, what ticks are you pretty much looking at?
During the peak bull run, I was up to like 200 tick.
Wow, that's.
Whereas during this low volatility, I've been at like 20 or 30 tick.
20 or 30, okay. So see, that's something I'm still like. When you say tick, right? The more ticks you have, it's like, what does it do? Because I'm still a noob when it comes to ticks. I'm still testing it.
This is hard. Let me try. This is where my
I was looking all over for explanations, and to be honest, it's tough.
This is where my autism kicks in, and I'm rubbish at explaining. Hang on. So
you don't have to go into detail if you don't want to. Be honest, like.
It's to do. I had the explanation the other day. I actually explained it to someone. Now I can't remember how to explain it. Basically, it's each block. So one tick is 0.5 of a dollar.
0.5, okay.
Half a dollar. So if you've got it set to 50 tick, then each block up is $25. So basically, if you're getting like $1,000 moves in a day, and you have it on 100 tick, each block will be $50, if that makes sense.
I see. Okay.
So if it's lower volatility, you want a lower tick.
Interesting. So all right, so how does it look on 80? Do you want to talk about it with 80?
Yeah, sure. So if you scroll back to, you show the period from the 15th to the 19th.
Okay, 15th.
And you can see, you know, you can draw horizontals on this. If you draw like horizontal from,
you could draw horizontal on the website.
If you double click on the right axis.
Shit. Right here.
Yeah.
Oh wow, see, look at Jim giving alpha. See, I didn't even know that. That's an alpha right there. All right, so we double clicked here.
So if we'll do a rough value area from like 32.2. If you draw a line at 32.2, and then a line at like 31.2.
All right, and then 31.2.
Yeah, that's kind of the auction we've been doing that you said we were in for several days. And basically, you know, the reason you get tails on these is it's a test outside of the auction, and then the volume and time is most spent in the middle, which is where the most blocks are, basically.
Pretty much the distribution.
So what happens? We on the hang on, I'll get mine up. I can't. So what happens on the 19th? We break out of that value. Which is where you get your first single print, and then we build a value area below it.
Yeah.
And then on the day after that, we wick up into that single, get rejected.
I
and
do
that's,
remember this. I was scared to short.
This is a trend day. So if you get that wick into the single print after breaking down from
And
value,
reject.
that's one of the cleanest shorts you'll get. And then obviously we've got a trend day.
Let me get my pen out. Taking notes right here. Yeah, I should be taking notes too, by the way.
So then basically I was trying to get the continuation short because we accepted outside of value. I was expecting another leg down, but obviously they decided to send it straight back. And what's crazy is they sent it directly straight through that whole value area and wicked it, which is just insane.
You're talking about this right here, this wick specifically.
No, I'm on about today's high. Basically, we basically got a trend day all the way back up through the previous value.
And you can see this. It touched this POC level over here. Interesting.
And now we've reaccepted. If we close here, we've reaccepted back into that value. So you can probably expect some more chop, or you might expect a break up, and we might test outside of value to the upside. So
let's see what we have.
If we break it, but if we hold 32.2, then I would be taking a long up to the monthly open personally.
Interesting. Nice. See, that's a whole different. Like, that's why TPO is very good. The way you explained it, I didn't even look at the TPO like that. So we know that Jim is on the next level when it comes to TPO. So I'll try to explain what I was looking at and how I'm a noob when it comes to TPA. So listen to a noob's point of view versus Jim, all right? So me as a noob, I do remember seeing this. And I'm like, oh my God, a single print. Let's wick below it and get a long and then we pump, right? That's a noob. I'm a noob. So this is what I'm thinking. So, but at the same time, I don't use this to trade, right? So most of the time I'm looking at the chart first. So when I'm looking at the chart, and then I will look at TPO to see if it adds confluence. That's the difference. Since I'm not really experienced in it, I'm using it basically as confluence. And if I'm looking at price action like this, we saw it on the TPO how it looks, right? You see the value area, and I'm waiting pretty much. I'm looking at 5 to 15 minute time frames. So when I see a wick like this, my bids. First of all, I don't buy support. That's one thing, right? That's one thing I should. From trading crypto, I learned that if you buy support, you put you're at a more risk to get wrecked. All right, so you don't want to buy support. You'd rather buy a resistance flip, from my experience. All right, so basically, I see this as a support level, 31K. So I'm not even interested to long this unless, like, for some other reason I have a trend line or whatnot. But I had nothing. So when I see this break on the 5 minute, 15 minute, I'm not even interested to long this. I even talked about it as well. But looking at it on TPO, it makes a lot more sense with the explanation. Because how I look at it is, people did long this and got trapped immediately. And we kind of consolidated below where the trap traders were. And even on the next day, we wicked into it. I remember this wick right here. And I hesitated to short, but I did get a short in at 30.9. It was around the daily open, I remember. Because I did short this at 30.9. But like a noob, I took profit very quick, 30.3. Because I'll go back to my tweet. Because people think I only long, Jim. I only long public. I only long publicly, and if I'm shorting, I'm pretty much, I don't really tell anybody, because like that's how I do it. They don't know. I don't know if you used to see my tweets before, because I definitely remember you in 2018ish. You was just like memes everywhere, right? Because you was in this space for a long time like me. I was in from 2017, and you was probably around the same time. I saw you memeing, and I definitely saw you improve as a trader over time, no lie. So that's one thing.
I've not actually been on Twitter. Well, I've been on Twitter that long, but I've not actively been tweeting that long, actually. I used to just lurk.
So, like, when was your peak lurking? Because I remember seeing you around pretty much in, like, replies everywhere, no lie.
Probably 2019.
2019, okay. So it was around that time. And then to be honest, I never took you serious as a trader. I thought you was like a meme dude. But then, like, I believe late 2019, 2020 is when, like, I started going on your page, and I'm like, oh, this kid is the real deal. Because when I see somebody, like, that's journaling and taking notes and following patterns, like, that means you put in the work that pretty much most people don't want to do, right? They don't want to look
Yeah.
back. They don't want to go on the
That's
chart, go on 12-hour daily candles and see like patterns. They don't want to do all of that. They don't want to journal
yeah.
their trades. And when I see somebody doing that, I already know that they're going to be pretty much like successful when it comes to trading, because that's the stuff you have to do. But pretty much, I'll show you guys my short if you guys think I'm long only. Hold on. So July 15th, guess who's finally closing shorts? See, I was a bull here, but we changed that. We adapt, right? So I adapt as a trader too. So I even shorted this. Oh yeah, let me tell you guys about this pattern that is like, Jim, I don't know if you noticed, but this pattern is like probably 90% success rate, 95. Very high. So like this is Coinbase, right? And
Yeah.
so me, I always watch Coinbase order books 24 hours, literally. If I'm on my computer, I have the Coinbase order books right here on my screen. And I look at their bid, ask side, whatever. So even on this, I shorted the fuck out of this right here.
Yeah.
And I made pretty good profit because this is high hit rate. So basically, this wick right here on Coinbase happened, but it didn't happen anywhere. All right. So no exchanges had it. So usually when these happens, they always get retraced, especially on Coinbase. And you can see that like people think Coinbase doesn't have like influence on the market. And once I saw this wick, I don't know if it was an error, if somebody was testing liquidity. I don't know the exact reason, but you can see their sell side start to pick up. Like whether it's the OTC desk, whatever, you can see their sell side pick up. And that right there, I knew like, okay, we're retracing this wick. So like I never retweeted or said, but I did short this right here. So everybody pay attention. If you see a wick like this on Coinbase, whether it's to the downside or upside, 90% hit rate. But you have to be watching a 1 minute time frame. All right. And I have many of them, but I'm gonna talk exactly about the short play that I definitely talked about. I used your meme over here. I don't know if you saw this. I had to use your cat meme. But basically, this was the daily TPO, and we're right here, Jim. How does this look? This looks pretty shit, right? Pretty shit. Weak lows, and these lows ain't the best, all right? And we had this POC that I was expecting bulls to hold, and they failed to hold that. That's how I knew it was over, right? So I took this short, and I covered before I slept over here. And then I woke up to more violence. We was probably like near in the mid 30Ks, and then yeah, the daily open I shorted again. So yeah, I do short just for anybody. So yeah, let's talk about some. What else should we talk about, chat? So we talked about TPO with Jim. We might as well try to get all the alpha we can from him, because honestly, he's one of the guys that have been killing it. You definitely been killing it in this.
I've had a bad week last week though, to be honest.
Shit, but it's all good.
I barely traded. It's not volatile enough for me to trade, to be honest.
Yeah, it's been. I'm
not much of a positional guy. You know, I'll just scalp every rotation on a move if it's fast enough, as opposed to, you know, taking that entire move. I don't really like sitting around in one trade.
See, for me, I'm doing everything. I'm doing crab. I'm trying to take positions. But to be honest, like my favorite time to trade is when we have like straight up scam, like the Fed meeting next week, for example. It should be next week. I'm gonna be on my screen going crazy because we're gonna get some volatility because based on the news. So that's like my favorite environment to trade, because all it is like liquidity after liquidity. So if you can see where the liquidity is, then that's all they're doing. Because I don't think they will trend in an environment like that. From my experience trading it, we don't really trend hard, but if we do, we just got to be ready, right? You know, we always have to be ready, and that's something that I try to tell people as well. So like when you're trading, just because you have a thesis, like just know that you could be wrong. And like if you're wrong, just, you know, get on board. If you're gonna stay in that wrong position, then manage it. Because I've been in wrong positions and I managed my way to get out. And I could even talk about that later in stream about Luna. But yeah, so like you got to be ready for any environment, because people were short here. And we know there's trap shorts still, right? What do you think, Jim?
Well, I don't know. I'd imagine most of those are gone now, actually.
You think most of the people that were shorting up here are gone? I want to show you
in
something.
that low consolidation, I'd imagine they've closed.
So like, okay, so this is Bybit. Hold on, let me see.
There's a lot of trap longs now, to be honest.
Yeah, there is trap longs. Let's see if we can see them. All right, hold on. This is EXO. See, like me, I'm lazy. So like, I learned about footprints, and I haven't really taken a course. I've just been like winging it and trying to build my own strategies and find my own patterns. But I do plan to learn some more in depth. But I feel like when you trade price action for so long, like this footprints thing is just like a gift. Like you can actually see what's going on. So like I've been trying to, so I've been trading for probably 4 years now, and I've been trying to trap people in these candlesticks. And when you have footprints, it's like, shit, how much more information do you need, right? But pretty much what I want to show you right now, because this is something interesting, and what I was watching is like, I think the 5-minute time frame is a little bit too, but yeah, you can probably see this better. I think only you could see. You could see the BitMEX, right?
Yeah.
You see what's going on here, right? They're like still short BitMEX, and we know BitMEX is like, they're pretty much always on the right side, right? But yeah, what I wanted to say is like BitMEX is still heavy short from this area right here. So people that think we're just gonna go up only, you can still be surprised, because we could still even break this low and go down to like, 28K levels, But
yeah, this is the kind of move that generates enough liquidity for that last dump, to be honest.
For sure, definitely.
It's like the highest volume day we've had in a while.
Yeah.
Especially into the highs, there's a lot of volume.
It was crazy.
FTX
I wasn't
crazy.
I was expecting it. Like I tweeted this, and I don't know if you know about high block, the liquidation levels, but it's good confluence.
Yeah.
This tweet basically, like I haven't seen this much. Hold on, let's see. I haven't seen this much licks piled up on top of each other. That's what made me believe, like, all right, they're gonna try to short squeeze the F out of these people. So I was expecting 33K, and we got 32.8, which is pretty close, because I use high block as confluence is all it is.
It's a good tool. It's a good tool.
But yeah, so you're currently short from, I'm pretty sure, the top, right?
Yeah, like
you got pretty much short. Let me see if I could find your short entry. All right, so let's look for Jim's short entry right now. All right, so he saw this shit didn't break down. He's like, all right, this is a effing scam. All right, he saw the single print here. He's like, that's a weak ass high, right? So I'm not gonna short here because I'm not a noob, right? And then he saw this one and he's like, interesting. This is a much better high to short, right? So going on the time frame, he saw the resistance here. Jim saw resistance, and he's like, the noobs are about to long this shit and give me my short entry. And he didn't short here because that's where the noobs are shorting, and he waits for the second one.
Yeah.
So he got in somewhere around 32.6, 32.8, and now you're just chilling, right?
Yeah, my entry's 32,791.
Look at that. That's a sniper right there. Sniper, no swiping. So I took most of my position off at 32.6s. So I'm like probably 10% left. But Jim is short, and maybe I will look to short. I'll probably discuss that. But I'm also looking to long as well, because we got some nice little bouncy levels. So I'll probably look to scalp long. So looking on this, so how I look at this for the chat, hold on, let me just remove this shit. All right, so we haven't really talked to chat. There's like, to be honest, like usually you came in the stream, so this chat is going crazy, but usually I can keep up with everybody in the chat, but right now it's like, it's very difficult. But basically how I like to look at price action is, I see this is the initial breakdown, so I know that people were gonna short from here, and I'm gonna be looking to take advantage on a bounce when we get to this level, hopefully, because they've been underwater pretty much, unless they closed already. Because I haven't looked at footprints or anything just to see, but I can tell off of the chart that people were gonna short this level right here, and then people were gonna short this level, and people were gonna short this level. So yeah, so this is gonna be the first area I'll probably look for a scalp, but I'll wait for confirmation. So something like this. So if we come right here, I'm gonna look for buyers. If the buyers is gonna step in heavy, then I'm gonna get in with them, and then I'm gonna see if I could average down over here, and then pretty much invalidate it below here. So yeah, I'm gonna probably look to scalp long, and if I'm shorting this shit, I haven't looked at my other charts, but let's see where the trap longs are, Jim. Where they at?
Cool.
So yeah, so we have pretty much. All right, so I'm gonna assume that the people that longed here, I'm gonna try to assume they closed unless they're not leveraged. So we'll say there's some idiots that probably didn't close their longs when we got this wick. So I think 32.2 will be a nice scalp level to see some friction. Like something like that. And I have another chart the chat can't see, but I think I'll show you something, because like it's not in the thing, but pretty much my trend lines. So I have these trend lines over here that spin for the longest. I know it looks crazy, right, Jim? Like this shit looks crazy, but I'm telling you, this shit makes me money. So yeah, you see the wick here. So I'm looking to play all of these trend lines, and yeah, pretty much bias. Even this one right here, like we're about to, this is the first retest of this one. So like, you know, that's, I use all of that shit. And you see this bullish confluence right here with the trend line?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it's nice that you, basically, what I would say, I always target, you see that breakout candle with no wick to the bottom, 29,980.
Oh, 20, this one right here?
No, the one lower.
This one. Ah, okay, yeah. This is, yeah.
That's my level.
Yeah, because there's also trap traders here as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's
but
a good.
Also the one at 30.86. Like I love targeting candle when I'm scalping. I usually target candles with no wicks.
Yeah.
As exits, because they usually get swept.
These are yeah, it's good targets.
People always put their stops on those candles.
And look how crazy it is, bro. You see this candle at this trend line? People think trend lines, look where this trend line is coming from right here. So people think trend lines are useless, but I love them, bro. Trust me. Like look at this shit.
Weird.
It is weird. I really don't have an explanation, but you can see, like, I don't know if it's the algos or what, but you can see, look at this.
Actually to do with
see, look at this one.
I think it's to do with the rotations and where momentum based on like time and price movement.
Yeah.
Probably.
We still gonna study on that. But yeah, that's the thing to study. So yeah, let's see if the chat got any questions for Jim, since we have him on here. I don't want to keep you long, like I know it's probably late.
Cool.
It's cool. All right, that's good.
This guy just asked quite a good question, actually. He's saying that you don't like to buy support, but level flip. What do I like to buy? I tend to target people's stop losses.
Yeah, same. Yep.
You know, if I like, let's say you're looking at a support level.
Let's see if we can find an example.
Yeah, it's been hard recently because the price action was so crap. But
I think you could use this as an example, even though you didn't get in. But you can kind of use it as an example. But to be honest, if I'm being honest as well, this was kind of dangerous to get in with a big position and, you know, a lot of confidence. But you can explain it here so they can understand, because this is a beautiful area of, you know, or is it this? Whatever, just try to explain it in this if it works for you.
So when I'm really dialed in scalping like good volatility, I'll just trade naked chart, and whenever it takes, it's really hard to explain, because I'll literally, if I'm on the 1 minute chart, I'll trade every rotation. It could be a $50 rotation, but I'll short $50, long $50, short $50, long 50, you know, every rotation. Like I'll get into it, and this is what I tell people about scalping. It's kind of like playing a computer game, in the sense that takes muscle memory, and when you're really dialed into the rotations, you kind of know when they're going to stop. So if you know that you're going to get roughly $60 rotations, I'll be thinking, where's the stops on $60 that's going to get reaction, sort of thing, if that makes any sense.
And people think like $60 is not much, but when you're using leverage, a $50 move can get you out of the market in good profit. They like, you know, if you know what you're doing.
Well, the way I look at it, if I'm scalping every $50 move of, let's say, a 5% leg, I can turn that 5% leg into, say, 15%.
Yeah.
You know, by taking every rotation, like, as opposed to saying longing 30k up to 33k. I'm sort of stretching that out by double, you know, or triple by taking each rotation.
Yeah.
So you make
so
more,
you're more so like
more.
Like I would like to say like a higher frequency scalper, if that makes sense.
Which is why this move today I can't trade it, because there's no pullback.
Yeah, it's like, so you're like your favorite type of shit to trade is the crab market, when people are scared to trade it because they don't know where the liquidity is resting, and that's where I like to trade as well. That's where when you're scalping, when I'm scalping in that environment, I'm pretty much like not really looking so much at the chart because I remember the levels, but I'm pretty much going with the order flow in the order books. And when I see people stepping in at the level I like, then I'm gonna just mark it in with them because I know the volatility is good and it's not gonna be so hard to get out the position, even on a limit bid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I like to scalp too. But
sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say, as far as like indicators for scalping, do you just trade pretty much like 1 minute time frame with no indicators? Like this price action right here is not scalpable for sure. You know?
Yeah.
This whole thing is not scalpable, to be honest.
Basically, I need a certain sort of tape speed to know that it's like active, you know, organic price action. But then, you know, I'll use bands and then MA for confluence.
So I'm not gonna lie, I did take your bands, by the way.
Oh,
I was lurking in your stream. Don't even look. Me, even though I have a trading system, I'm always willing to learn other people's techniques. So like, I don't know how many people did, but I remember you showed it in a stream. I was in bed sleeping, and I clicked your stream, and I saw you show the settings, and I screenshotted that shit on my phone. I'm like, all right, this guy is alpha, so I screenshotted. So I use these bands, but I haven't really back tested it. But
they're pretty good though. They're good.
Yeah, and I see you watch that.
Like these are good at the minute with low volatility. They definitely need adjusting sometimes. But,
so like, let's talk about. They're good in ranges for sure. So like, do you know about the Cuban reversion bands? I'm pretty sure you do.
Yeah, I used to use them actually.
Yeah. So do you prefer Kettner versus reversion bands?
I prefer Cubans when we're getting larger price rotations. I think.
Where, correct. Because you can see here.
Really good. Kelton is really good in low volatility.
Yeah, absolutely. So like, how I told stream I use the reversion bands is like, so for example, let's remove the indicators so we can give the chat an idea of where these bands are pretty good. From my experience, in a ranging environment like this on lower time frame, the bands are very good because we're playing mean reversions until we get a snap out of it, and then you know you're invalidated. But during this whole right here, this whole consolidation, you should not be scared to take a trade at the higher part of the band. Like if we go on the 5 minute time frame, it looks like this. Let's see the 3 minute time frame. So it's pretty much right here. Yeah. So yeah, like when price is here, you basically looking to short. Here, you're basically looking to long until we get a clear break. Is that correct, Jim?
Yeah, pretty much. But basically, the biggest part of my that I don't really talk about that much is aggr sounds is probably the most important part of my scalping. Really.
Oh man, you gotta be next level. See, you next level for keeping that shit on. Cause me, I'm scared. If I keep the aggr sounds on, that shit is gonna stay with me for the rest of my life. Like I'm gonna be outside and I'm gonna hear somebody selling and they're probably really selling, but I'm outside and I can still hear them selling. I'm scared for shit like that because I know that shit is crazy. Like you hear them sounds going off every
Yeah.
millisecond. So like,
But
I mean, it's good. No, I'm not gonna lie, it's good. Like 100%. Cause
basically, like when I'm scalping stops, I'll only enter if because basically the tape speed picks up on stop runs, obviously, because it's hitting all the resting market orders.
See?
So if we wick down into a load of long stops and you hear a bunch of selling but price stops moving down, it means that's showing absorption. So if you see a high volume of sells but price doesn't reflect that on the candlestick, it means it's going to reverse. So that's where you're long.
He's giving alpha right now.
It takes time to talk to. You just got to listen in for like hours and hours. To get used to.
I appreciate you for sharing this info, to be honest, because this is alpha. Cool. People think it's not alpha, but this is a lot of alpha that he shared right here. So I'm gonna rewatch the stream and I'm gonna listen to that specific part and as well as other parts, because at the end of the day, if as a trader, for me, how I look at it, so I trade full time. I've been doing it since like pretty much like I think September, like this. So like, yeah, I started full-time September. Before I was just part-time working and then trying to get in positions while I'm working. So I'm like taking profit at work and shit. Yeah. But I missed so many opportunities, and at one point I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the risk. I saved like a good 6 months of rent, 7 months, and nice. I went for it. And bro, I'll tell you guys something that I never told, but back in September, I remember, like in September, right? So let's go back to it, because I'm going to talk about this, because I remember catching this bottom right here. All right, so yeah, September. See, I knew exactly September right here. I caught this like, so like pretty much in this area, I got wrecked. Yeah. I was pretty much shorting with high leverage in this area. Because, bro, I was a perma bear. If you go to my Twitter, if anybody goes to my Twitter before September, you will see I was shorting everything, Jim. Every pump.
So was I.
I was shorting everything. No lie.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, I was shorting everything. So right here, after I got wrecked, I'm like, all right, so I'm going to wait until like around 8K, 9K, and then go all in. I literally took out rent money and everything. I went all in right here, leverage long, took profit here, and pretty much like that's where I was started to killing it, and I pretty much became full time around this time. And
that fractal that you're showing is really memorable for me as well. Like,
yeah,
got good memories of that one.
This one right here, right?
Yeah, I think it was either that one or the one before, but you know, Magus trades.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I had an alert for if price dipped to there, and I think it set off for me at like 3 a.m. or something. I jumped on Discord and rang Magus, and I just started buying everything.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy.
Deployed every dollar I had, and I was like half asleep and just bought everything.
Yeah, this is beautiful memory right here. And you speak about Magus, like I remember Magus back then when he had like 150 followers, 200. Around the time, like I pretty much had like 1 or 2K, and I used to always talk to Magus, and he was like, he took the trading serious, and that's how I knew he was gonna be like good when it comes to trading, because he built a system around the whole TPO and whatnot, and he took it serious. And that's what traders don't want to do. That's what people don't want to do. They don't want to like do the back end work, but that it's really important. And like, to be honest, I remember trading this. I was pretty much shorting this whole thing. So like, from September, after I took profit, from like September to I think it was around like mid-October, I realized in my journal that every time I was shorting, I was getting stopped out, right? I was getting stopped out, and if I would have shorted my stop loss, I would have been profitable. So I fixed that in October, and then in November, I realized that every time I shorted my trend line, price went up. So if I just long, then I'm pretty much gonna make money. And it was that little adjustment right there that pretty much was like the end. of me shorting. And after that, I was pretty much long in everything, and you know, we definitely did good in the bull market. I definitely took profit on most of my trades, like 55 to 60K, and then right now we're just trying to stack, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
What's your views, like higher time frame? Where do you think we're going? Do you think we're getting a double bubble or?
So higher time frame. Let me see. So like I have a bunch of charts. So let me see something. I know these charts are messy, but to me, they look perfect, right? So like when somebody looks at your chart, it looks ugly, but to you, it looks beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk. Like even right here. So like I could give this entry right here. So I have this trend line. So I have this level. So when price is coming here with the trend line, I'm looking to long with this level, and this basically just off of like months of trade in the trend line and looking at my probabilities, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I miss trades because I'm not looking at charts. So I have this chart already. As you can see, look, we had this trend line. We already had this trend line join, and it wicked right here. But I didn't really see it because I was busy talking shit on Twitter. So like when I'm in the zone, I could see, but you can see like on this trend line, it wicked. And I had this trend line for like long ago because I'm starting it from here because I see that like this line right here is a tough level because the way I look at trend lines is the same way people look at support resistance, and like resistance and again resistance. So for a bull bias, I want to see price get above here, like on lower time frame. So like once we start closing above here and then start clearing these levels, then we could talk about a higher time frame move. But overall, I think I do have a higher time frame chart. I think I kind of use this. So I think this was basically the chart I was using for a higher time frame in this range, and I just really put these levels to be honest. But so I had this area 32.9 as my range low, and it's because like I like the interactions and I explained it, but equilibrium was right here. So on higher time frame, like this week, I would want to see the bulls close above like let's say we see like right now we're back into this little 4-hour demand that didn't hold. I talked about it in my last stream. I was looking too long, but when I saw the price, the weak price, it wasn't good. So I want to see this area start holding on a daily.
Yeah.
Like something like this. But you mentioned it like on the TPO, this doesn't look like the best lows to me. And to be honest, like a big player can take advantage of this because there's a lot of resting liquidity below here. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, like I'm still yet to see demand step in. So the reason we get poor lows is because basically sellers are reluctant to test the low and break the low, and buyers aren't stepping in. So basically you get a blunt low when shorts just decide to start closing and they push price back up. So I'm waiting to see. I want to see like a wick with a lot of excess on.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm waiting for. So how I'm playing higher time frame is I'm still cautious. I'm not going ape mode bull yet, but I'm looking to more so intraday long and intraday short at the same time, depending on my other levels. But big picture, like I see right now that I had this area as demand zone because this was the last area that brought the move up near basically my equilibrium level, and we couldn't really break. And after this level, we pretty much higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And even right now, like technically we still have a higher low, but it's still early to call it. But on the 4-hour time frame, we closed the higher low. The bears made sure. So the bull scenario for me would basically be I have a couple areas. So if we start holding this area, something like this, and then get back above 33K, that would give me more bullish hopium. But at the end of the day, we have to remember the weak lows, right, Jim? Because like I'm a noob, and I'm pretty much like I pretty much know that this thing is not the best of lows from what I learned so far in TPO, because So how I do is like I'm planning to learn basically volume profile TPO first. So I'm still studying that. It's been like about a month and a half. I've been lazy with the studying because trading, trading and studying is tough, right?
Yep.
But I'm still studying, and so I'm learning this. And from what I hear, basically, you don't want to see a low like this. Doesn't look best. So we can probably wick down here. What I would like to see is a strong wick down here, like maybe to 27, 26, whatever it may be, that gets bought up back quick. And then I want to see from that point we hard trend, like something similar to
yeah, I want to just see a massive engulfing cat, like a good low for me is one you have to chase. You got to chase, I don't
so
want
after it, so when the low hits and then we wick right away, if you didn't have your limit bids, you're not getting filled at that area no more. That's the best low to have, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'll give an example of, because I definitely got wrecked shorting this. So I'll give an example because I remember this shit like it was yesterday. Let's see where I got wrecked. People think I don't get wrecked. I definitely did get wrecked. So, all right, so let's see. Okay, it wasn't here. It wasn't here. Okay, here. This is what I want to see for a low, because I got wrecked over here. I shorted 49, bro, and I got wrecked.
Oof.
I held it too long, bro. Probably one of my worst trades ever, but I literally closed the top. All right. After so much pain, I closed here, bro.
Yeah, we've all had those.
Bro, I'm telling you, the most pain, because I went all in short on this shit, and you don't ever want to go all in, all right? I definitely got wrecked, and we're going to remember this trade. Bro, and around this time, bro, it was just bad luck for me. You know why? Because do you remember the infinite bidder on Coinbase?
Yes. Yeah.
This was the infinite bidder right here. This mother effer, bro, had infinite 100 to 150 BTC buy side.
Yeah.
The whole time up.
That was crazy.
Imagine being in the short watching that, bro. So like, I shorted the retest right here, and I was busy, right? So I was busy, and I didn't really like monitor it. So when I come back, I'm already underwater, and I re-shorted here underwater, and then yeah, pretty much here I wasn't shorting, but I did short over here, and then like I was already underwater, and then I just said F it, I closed. But yeah, I would have been in very good profit if I held, but we all learn. So like this loss right here taught me a lot too, So yeah, it's a learning experience. So but I want to see something like this, but maybe deeper. So like
I just want to engulf.
So like with current price action, right? So if we look at the 4-hour time frame, let's look at the 4-hour time frame.
I mean, it's a pretty nice move today, but it's not the kind of move.
Yeah, because like you don't want to see a bottom like this, because price spent too much time for it to be like a legitimate bottom that's gonna send us to new highs, right? This is a good bottom because you can see like it got bought up quick right here. This not the best of bottoms. As you can see, we already broke below it. So like we want to see something like similar to like something like this, like where we just, or what's a better example? Like these are good bottoms, like when they wick, when they go fast, like when they go fast and start trending. So that's what I would like to see.
Technically, we can bottom off anything, but the reason I didn't long yesterday is because I just didn't hear any bid come in. Like, and then I think they just decided to run it today, I guess. But that's the thing. That's why I've struggled to trade it, because it's been kind of reluctant selling and then reluctant buying too. So
I'm not gonna lie, even watching Coinbase order books, Binance, all of them were selling. Like all of them had massive limit sell side. So everything was pointing to more down. But I guess you can say I got lucky because I like to trade counter what everybody else is doing. So like literally I saw no bulls yesterday. Like I was pretty much one of the few.
Too. I normally long that, but I just didn't
Yeah.
I just didn't get the trigger, to be honest. Normally
Because
I
it
would.
looks ugly on a lot of time frames. Like that's
Again,
why.
like aggr is such a big part of my system, and I just
What
didn't
you
like
said
how it
was a
started.
big part?
Aggr is such a big part of my system.
Oh, okay,
It
okay.
took me so much, and
Yeah.
it just sounded like it wanted to die. So I just didn't want to long it. To be
Yeah,
honest.
and you can see right now on this 15-minute price action, there's like no demand. Like, look at this. This is like just straight up.
It's a lot of the most of the buying today's been shorts closing. Sadly.
Yeah. So like this is not really the best thing you want to see after a strong move, right? You want to see price start to look strong like this, but as you can see already, the sellers are stepping in. But we have levels to scalp, and I think the most important level is probably going to be like this level. And I know, so here's the thing about this. So like if we do come here, I know a lot of people is going to be ready to long here, but for me, I would like to long below here because I know people's going to long here and they're probably going to get stopped out below here, right? So but I'll be watching the order books and whatnot, but I'm definitely looking to scalp intraday. And if I'm looking right here, I could see this is where like some inorganic price action started. Like I consider this inorganic. It doesn't look organic to me. So they're probably gonna run this, and then we have some base over here.
You can almost guarantee that second breakout candle fully fills in.
This one.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And then I would. So what I'm looking for now is I want to see a wick on the initial breakout candle and see if there's any reaction there.
This one.
It's kind of the new buzzword in CT is these single prints, and a lot of the time, often if it's a breakout candle, you'll actually wick like above the single print or in the single print. So I'm trying to think where that is. Let me just check. Right.
Yeah.
It's probably like 30,200, I would say.
But at the same time, we all should know as traders that it doesn't have to come back here. So even though there's weak lows and all of that to me, I consider it subjective. Subjective. Are you familiar with that term, Jim? Yeah. So subjective to me is basically like something that I use in technical analysis. Like, okay, so like it should come here. We have weak lows. It should come here. But at the end of the day, I know that it doesn't have to. So I can't really base my whole setup or theories based on the fact that I think it's here, because I'll probably miss plays thinking that it's going to come here. So at the end of the day, I want to be reactive and see how price is reacting. But for sure, I think we will fill some of these areas, and hopefully we wick below here and take this low out. Like this is the main low. Like look at this. Look how close we got to the low.
Did like, the same on ETH as well.
Yeah. So let's see Ethereum. Yeah, that's crazy. Like yeah, so
yeah, we'll see.
And something I was also noticing that
right, which it actually wicked which ETH chart was that? It didn't wick it on Binance.
So this is, I think this is Binance, yeah. Did I get it right? No, I didn't get the bottom of it.
Right.
So like
I was like, Jesus, I missed it.
So yeah, this was the bottom, and look, I think they pretty much got it right before. Interesting, yeah. So yeah, maybe we run low. But something else I noticed too, so like something I use as well, and this is from the past, it's like so as Bitcoin is ranging in this area, I kind of saw Ethereum getting stronger on each of the pullbacks. So that's like also something that's subjective to me, because you can see like in this range, right? Like if you look at Ethereum, hold on. If you look at Ethereum and you look at Bitcoin, right, you can see Ethereum was getting stronger on each dip. So that's something else that you can take into consideration as confluence to like maybe we could get a breakout, because Ethereum is like the next thing. They're like so correlated at times. So when you see strength forming in Ethereum and Bitcoin is still ranging, that could be a confluence to actual real breakout. Like, see, it made a higher low over here, and Bitcoin was still pretty much ranging from 29.8 to 29.5 or 4 or whatever. But yeah, do you have anything you want to add? I don't want to keep you in here forever, because I think I'm gonna you can stay in here. I think I'm gonna do a new chart for like some maybe intraday plays, and then
I'll probably, yeah, I'm probably gonna go get some dinner then. It's like 10 p.m. here, so
yeah. All right, so if you guys have any question before Jim goes, then let me know
I'll
in
do
chat.
a couple of questions and
Use your Q&A time right now, because I'm telling you, this guy is nothing but alpha.
Chat's gone quiet. Here we go.
Chat is dead. All right.
My Twitter's @jimtalbot.
Oh yeah, so Jim's Twitter. Let me put his Twitter. I would think like everybody follows you, but I guess there's some new people that don't know about you. So yeah, this is the cat.
Key resistance now is 32.2, I think, for me.
That's his Twitter right there. If you don't follow him, make sure you do follow him, and just be ready for cat memes and alpha. Pretty
Mainly
much,
cat memes.
Yeah. That's how you do it.
This guy asked me what software I use. I use Quant Tower for scalping.
Quant Tower. I heard about that.
You
No, I don't. I actually don't.
It gives you edge, man. You need it.
Yeah, I've heard about it. People call me a noob for not using it, but I have to.
You have to get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into it, because like the way to limit fill sometimes on a computer, it's pretty much trash.
Like, I trade solely through a DOM now. I don't know if you know what the DOM is, but
yeah, I do.
Like,
oh wow, so you do DOM?
Directly in the order book, basically.
Wow. So I definitely have to look into that. So what other questions? Who do you recommend
to learn trading from? Yeah, I always recommend. I'll write his name in the chat. I always recommend this guy.
I already know who you're gonna say.
Yeah, that guy's a Chad.
I'll show
one
them.
of the best scalpers around.
I'll link you guys, because I did watch that guy. I've been watching him before. He deleted a lot of videos, right?
Yeah, he did. We started doing
I was so mad.
live streams again, and
guy's
right, beast.
So Brian Watt, yeah, he's also good. Yeah. There's someone named Bob Volman. He has a book. You guys should read about that if you want to scalp. I don't know if Jim knows about him, but he's also like.
No, I don't know very much.
Bob Volman. I'll show you. I'll send you a PDF of him, and you could probably look into that. A few other traders like Cuban. You know Cuban, right? He recommended Volman.
Okay.
And Red also recommended Volman. Red is definitely an artist when it comes to scalping.
Yeah.
So yeah, the guy Jim is talking about.
Yeah, this guy's. A lot of my systems are sort of based off what I've learned from him.
This
How is
guy
it possible
right
to have a cat name for every occasion? Oh, I don't know, mate.
So yeah, he's talking about this video. So yeah, if you want to scalp, just look at this video right here. I did watch it.
Awesome video.
And you can watch it 1.5 speed, 1.25, but you can see, you can get an idea of how this guy is emotionless and he already has his strategy. That's what you want to have during scalping.
That pretty much, I scalp my scalping's very similar to his style, very similar.
Yeah.
So
what
if
else?
you want to know how to scalp, just watch his videos.
How is it possible that you have a cat meme for every session? Yeah, I want to know that too. Like,
I don't know. It's just, I don't even know, to be honest. I think it's in between scalping sessions. I just always browse for them. So
yeah.
What is DOM? I should know what DOM stands for, shouldn't I? It's basically the live order book.
Yeah, bro. I should know what it stands for too. But
basically, I can just like left mouse click my orders directly into the order book. Depth of market. Thank you. I should have known that.
So Bookmaps. You ever heard of Bookmap? It has a DOM too, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's like.
But basically, like that, when you're guys,
right,
when you're on
Jim?
like.
You can see this.
Yeah.
Something similar to that.
Yeah, just show. Bring that up actually, and then basically.
I think I'll mess the stream up. That's why I'm scared to do it. Cause like if I switch my OBS, sometimes it doesn't really switch back.
Right. Basically, like when you're on an exchange, guys, and you see the order book with the buys and sells, and then basically I just click my orders directly into the order book.
Yeah, so it's easier execution. You can literally drag your bid, right?
And the charts, like it doesn't sound like a big deal, but your charts update like a few milliseconds faster as well than trading.
Wow, see? Didn't even know about that one.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Yeah, it's big time. A guy called Sting, KR, what's his Twitter, KR Sting.
This guy said In Silico is streaming a whole day every day on Twitter. That's a fact.
Yeah.
If you don't have In Silico on Twitter notifications, you will be bored. I always have him on notifications. I swear it's brave.
That's brave. Even I don't have him on notifications.
Oh, you don't have him? Yeah, like I keep the notification on because like if I'm trading, it gets boring sometimes. So like, you know, when you go on his timeline, he's always talking about some next shit. You know, like sometimes it's shit posting, but
he's
funny.
Smart though.
Yeah, very smart, funny dude.
I've had some crazy smart conversations with that guy. It's
peak
cool.
Autism. Yeah, it is peak. No lie.
yeah. He's
seriously. So people don't know like he's actually a cool dude. Like I've talked to him in DM before, and he's like very calm and chill and cool. So I always followed him like back when like I wasn't even profitable. I used to see him. Not much people knew about him, or they did, but he used to tweet so much alpha back then. Like they missed it.
Yeah.
They missed
and also he's so people don't realize how willing he is to help people and teach people.
Because a lot of the stuff he doesn't have to do, but he still does it. So
he's a great guy. He's a great guy, and a lot of the persona you see on Twitter is that it's not real, you know.
Yeah. But to be honest, I learned a lot just off of his tweets. I learned a lot, so that's why I never disrespect him. He's regardless of whatever he does, his trolling, he has alpha in there. So if you could survive the troll, you will definitely get something from Silico. So do you guys have more questions, like more alpha questions? Nobody got no alpha?
I'll let you in on a secret that me and In Silico secretly communicate through memes.
Oh, you don't even know. I already debunked that. No.
Okay. Some people don't understand.
I already have I know when you guys are entering short, so you know what I mean? So yeah, all right, so what else do we I cannot long, I only short. Does this ever happen to you guys when you were new to trading? Yeah, that was basically me, because I started trading in the bear market 2017. Well, I got wrecked in 2017. I got liquidated on altcoins, Verge or some shit. And in 2018, it was literally a bear market. So all I did was short. I never took a long. I was like 90% shorts. And I was doing RSI divergences, like some noob shit. But it was still working until we start trending, and then I get wrecked every time.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you learn. You learn.
For sure. This guy's just saying, I think it's something to do with, this guy's asking about FTX on Quant Tower. It doesn't work very well. I think it's to do with their API is not very good or something. Mm-hmm. It's very slow. I use BitMEX for scalping.
So BitMEX, yep.
Still the best.
So BitMEX Quant Tower, that's the alpha right there.
That's the spice right there.
Jim, do you ever use Renko charts?
Occasionally, just for a high time frame perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Gives good. I like 4-hour Renko with awesome oscillators, really good.
So like some alpha that I even saw in Brian Watt's video that will go over a lot of people's head. Like no lie, this guy, like he has so much alpha and he gives it for free. Like the stuff he talks about in his videos, like even like a 30-second that he talks about can be so much alpha that you will get more than in any paid course. So like he mentioned rotations and how he has everything down packed, like his rotations, and he knows what he's doing before the session start, what he's looking for. So like when you get to that level as a trader, it's like nothing can stop you, because like
it's so calm as well.
If you know the rotation, right, it's like, okay, so up or down 3%, maybe down 5%, you know what you're going to be looking for once the price gets down 3 or 5%. So something he mentioned based on wrinkles, and I looked at it slightly. I don't know too much about wrinkles, so I'm not going to try to sound like a pro or anything, but in his videos he mentioned basically rotations, how, well, this is a big pullback, so it's like a 5 to 3%. That's what he looks for on a rotation.
Yeah.
And he has so much data. I don't even know, like this one, you see, near 5%. Right here, he mentioned 3% and 5%. 3%, 3, near 3. So like even on this move right here, it was pretty much like a near 3%. So he mentioned in his videos he'll look for a 3% rotation, and then he uses that as, you know, confluence. So like, yeah, so
yeah, he's a beast.
I'm not even on that level when it comes to like knowing data. And this is the type of stuff that will separate you, right?
Yeah.
Knowing
that's the thing I always try and teach people. It's okay having good risk management, but knowing your expectancy is way more important.
Yeah.
Because like you can take 2 to 1 RR trades, but one will have a higher expectancy than the other. And if you can distinguish that, know which one is the higher expectancy, then you can bet accordingly. You know.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of it starts with, you know, journaling your trades, and that's what most people don't want to do, because that takes time, and reviewing the trades also takes time. But I can tell everyone in this chat that pretty much like once I started journaling my trades, that's when I became profitable, because like I started to see where I was continuously making mistakes. I started to see I was taking profit too early. Sometimes I had to let the trade run to target. So like I noticed like every time I panic and take a 1.5R, the trade will run to 2R, 3R, and whatnot. So I learned to take some off, make it a free trade, and ride the trade. So like you learn all of that from journaling, and like
no, it's important. It's important. It's more important than a lot of other stuff, really. It's knowing, you know, you like you have your fixed trade setups, and if you know how many of them win and everything, like it just adds so much confidence to what you're doing. You know, like I have certain trade setups that I know are, you know, above 80%, and I can bang size on them because I know that
exactly.
it's going to win.
That's,
you know,
that's where you get to like where you're ready to just go, you know, size up, because you know the risk to reward. And something like that I like to size up on, especially when I see a confirmation, is SFPs. Like I love sizing up on SFPs because the invalidation is literally like 100, 200 point move. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if I take a 2R loss, because I was trying to make 4 or 5R. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you have to size up. So when you learn, go ahead.
My short today's got $20 invalidation. So
exactly. Like that's, it doesn't get better than that. And like something when I started to trade is I was watching a lot of people. Oh, you have to take 1% risk, go for 2%. Like it sounds good, but sometimes you have to risk 5% to try to make 10-15%. Risk 10% of your profits if you got bulls to make 20%. You know, sometimes you have to do those things, and you would know that from basically your journaling data. You know, that's why it's important to keep that.
Like a lot of, like I talk about it a lot. I'll not go into detail, but one of my favorite trades is like the daily open and the 4 hour.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that. Yeah,
they're like 1-to-1 R trades, but there's such a high win rate that you know they make a lot of money. They're great.
So like, I remember one time I was talking to a guy, right, and he was telling me he traded quant for hedge funds, and this was when I was like still a noob in trading and still trying to become profitable. I asked him this question. I'm like, what's the, like, when do you size up on a trade? And this is exactly what he told me. He said if the trade has 70% win rate, size up. That's what he said. So 70% is what basically the hedge fund guys are looking for, because when you think about it, 70% is very high. Some of the trades you enter, sometimes you have it's 50-50. So if you have 70% win rate and you get that data on your journal, like that's a definitely, like, you got to go for it. You got to
Yeah.
risk like more than 1% than your average. So
Yeah, like one of my favorites. You can look into this yourself, guys, because I don't trade this anymore, so I'll give this away for free. But one of my old 15-minute setups was the 3 drives with the 3 divs, 3 drives into a low. Do you know the 3 drives pattern?
So like, let me see.
It's kind of like in fact, the fractal of the low, the bottom today, yesterday, is kind of like 3 drives.
So you use RSI?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
So it's basically where
Let's see if we can see something.
I've not traded it for ages.
What time frame are you pretty much?
I used to do it on 15. It's not
15.
really a good example, this one. But
this one?
basically, it's when it puts in a low, it rolls over, puts in a lower low, rolls over again, puts in a lower low.
And it
but the peak, but it divs on every single one.
Yeah, those are good.
That's if you only trade those, I think that's like a 78% strategy.
Yeah, like see, like that type of stuff. People think RSI is noobs and whatnot, but if you have a system based around it, then with data, then like it doesn't really matter what anybody says because you know it's making you profit. Like the RSI divs, I used to trade like shit like this. See this div on the 5-minute time frame? This was like my only setup in the bear market, and I had like 70% win rate. But it stopped working when we started trending, and that's where I was getting wrecked. See, that's where I didn't adjust, you know, because I didn't have a journal. But I knew like I was making a lot of money. So you see this high on the 5-minute time frame. I would basically this was the only trades I took in the bear market. So I'll see price make a high on volume, and we have a higher high on RSI, and then I'll literally wait until we wick above, right? Once we wick above, I'm already shorting, and I'm pretty much adding to shorts, however, on high, because we have the lower low here, and then I'm just waiting to take profit on leverage.
Yeah.
That's all I did. And it can still work because you can see right here, 5-minute, even though this is hindsight, but you can see like RSI div.
They're the best. I still use RSI now.
Yeah. RSI
I don't know
div.
if that works. I just can I send links in here for Twitter tweets?
Yeah, I saw the Twitter status right there.
That's that's an old trade of mine.
Oh wow, look at that, December.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, okay, so that's a nice.
Just backtest those with RSI, guys, and if you get 3 divs in a row, that's literally a 78% win rate on those.
We got 2 likes so far. That's what I'm talking about. This is 3. Oh, let's go. They liking it. They about to backtest. This is about to. You gave them a profitable. They about to be profitable off of their setup.
Yeah.
Oh
so
shit! 6 likes. Guys. These guys are clicking.
Study that, guys, with RSI, and it's a great setup. You might only get one every.
Make sure y'all follow Jim too. Like there's 260 people. We need more people to follow Jim if you guys aren't already, because like he just came in this stream just like I literally commented on CZ's post. Never talked to Jim in person. I mean through Mike or whatnot, and he just cool dude. Like you just pulled up. That's why I respect it. I respect it, Jim. Appreciate having you.
I like sharing actually and talking with people. It's good.
Yeah, it's even right here on the 15-minute time frame. You have the div right here. These were setups I look for, and when I see one, if I see it on the 5 and 15, the hit rate increased a lot. So like, if you literally look for shit like this, you can make money. Like,
ooh, Hasaka, yeah, check that out as well. I didn't realize Hasaka had done a thread on 3 drives.
Oh, you're doing a thread on 3 drives?
Hasaka, someone just posted Hasaka's done a thread on 3 drives. So if it's good enough for Hasaka, then you're golden.
Yeah. You remember the days? Were you around when Hasaka literally was given free entries all the time, and they were like 90% hit rate? People weren't there. Like he would say long here, you mark it long, and you was profitable. Like
he's a beast.
He's a beast. Yeah.
I'm not kidding. And in the bull run we just had, I made so much money longing sushi whenever he mentioned sushi.
Yeah. See, that's where I pretty much was slacking, and I learned that for next bull run I'll be ready.
Yeah.
And pretty much like when I see him tweet something next time, I'm just gonna long with no questions asked. Like he talked about AXS at $7 literally. I remember like he tweeted it at 7. He said it was gonna outperform everything, And look at that.
Crazy.
He's a legend. Legend.
Yeah,
legend.
he's good. He's good.
Right. So.
Right. I'm gonna go get food.
All right. So.
Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you for joining the stream, Jim. Anytime.
Pleasure. Cool.
And hopefully I could join your stream one day.
You'll have to come on mine.
Yeah, one day I'll get on there, and then I guess I'll take questions like you took.
Cool.
No hesitation. All right.
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jim. I'll see you around on the cat memes.
Yeah, mate. Take care.
Later, bro. That was pretty cool. We had Jim in the stream. And yeah, there was a lot of alpha shared in the stream, guys. So please make sure I'm gonna upload this video on Twitter. I mean, not on Twitter, on my YouTube. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, I would say subscribe to it, and then I'm gonna have the upload. I'm gonna upload after the stream, because this stream right here, there was a lot of alpha shared. So yeah, definitely gonna want to watch the replay, because a lot of alpha, even like this pattern right here, I mentioned it to a few people. You can find these all over, these divs. So like when I used to short a lot, I would literally just short something like this. I see a higher low on the RSI, and when there's another higher low, right, I'm taking a short. Wait, it's better on Ethereum. So yeah, look, this is a better example right here. So you have the higher low here on RSI, and you also have the higher low on the 15-minute. When I saw a 5 and 15-minute, it was higher win rate. So, but yeah, RSI is noob. They say it's for noobs. I don't use it no more, but I probably should. I probably should, to be honest. So yeah, like, I think I already reviewed my trade, and I guess I'll chart something new. I'll chart. By the way, thanks to everyone that subscribed. I think I missed people that subscribe. I appreciate everyone that subscribed to the stream today. Hold on, let me just X this out. So yeah, so now I'm gonna discuss some lower time frame setups possibly. And we'll talk more in depth about some Bitcoin price action coming up. So the daily closes in about 2.5 hours. So yeah, I'm still holding some of my long here, and then I'm still holding, like, let me see how much of the position I have left. And I have basically some of my position up from around 30K. So I have another position right here. So I'm holding a small position, but scalping wise, I'm gonna look to scalp this. All right. So let me just look at chat. I want to interact with chat because I pretty much wasn't talking to chat pretty much the whole stream. So yeah, if you're alive in the chat right now, just say something. What's up? What's up, Hunter? Moj was good. Catch. All right, I see ya. Dark Bacon. I remember you. You got me in Luna, but oh yeah, I'll talk about the Luna trade. I remember you, Derek Bacon. You had me underwater. But yeah, we alive. We made profit in that Luna trade. Chat is insane. Yeah, they love Jim. Jim is like a very likable guy. Like, no homo, but he's a pretty cool dude. Why so much alpha? Because, like, here's the thing, right? So I don't care when I share my alpha, right? Because if this is your first time in my stream, I've shared alpha many times in my stream, and I always give alpha because at the end of the day, it comes down to execution, and there's no alpha when it comes to execution. There's no alpha when it comes to emotions. Like these type of stuff, there's no alpha in it. And that type of stuff is like, you gain this type of stuff from experience, right? So like, you can't really give alpha when it comes to emotions. So like, yeah, that's all it is. And you know, sharing is caring. Like, me sharing alpha is not gonna mess up any setups and whatnot, unless there's really edge. If there's a real edge, then it's a problem. But we're good. We're good. Oh, this is my song right here. I like this. I like this lo-fi vibe right here. Let me higher it a little bit. So yeah, this stream is gonna be on my YouTube after, and I'm pretty much gonna probably chart something new. I'll talk about this chart right here, and I'll talk about something over here, and then definitely right here. All right, so any thoughts on Luna? So yeah, I didn't mention the sponsor, but this is the Delta Exchange that is sponsoring this stream. So if you're in this stream and you enjoy the stream, I need you guys to use my ref link on Delta. All right, here's my ref link. I'm gonna put it in chat. So like, people have been signing up, but they haven't been trading. I need you guys to trade with my ref link, because they sponsor the stream, and by me having a sponsor, it will allow me to stream more for you guys. So you guys have to support me as well. And yeah, so just use the ref link, deposit, whether it's $500, $300, just trade on it. All right, because to me, I like Delta. I think it's a good exchange, and right now I'm doing a challenge. I'm pretty much, I started with 3K. Yeah, get me a cup of coffee, because look, to be honest, I'll show you guys, I don't got nothing to hide. People think I'm making a lot of money on refs. I don't. Like, this is 3 weeks, so I had 31 people sign up, and pretty much they're not really trading, so I need some people to trade, you know. But yeah, I need y'all to trade. I need y'all to, I appreciate y'all signing up, but I need y'all to trade, you know. So hopefully we can keep doing these streams and whatnot. And to be honest, I'm not being biased because I'm on the exchange. I'll just be honest, like, the exchange, they're working on it, but so far I had no problems with executing orders. I had no problems with lag, and to me, their only problem on Delta is the liquidity. But the fact that it's a new exchange, and right now they're marketing heavy, they're trying to get more users on board, the liquidity is gonna come. But I like it. They have Delta has options. So if you guys don't know about options, if you don't have a lot of money, you could trade options with, you know, it's pretty cool. But basically, so they funded me 3K with this account, and I'm doing a challenge to show people that you don't really need a lot of money. So 3K, it could be a lot to some people, but it's not really a lot to grow an account. And right now I'm sitting at 44,600 after I got wrecked on Luna. So I'm going to talk about the Luna trade. I got wrecked, but I was able to manage it with the leverage and turn a little profit, because I definitely got wrecked, and I want to show you guys. I'll discuss Luna, so maybe you could also learn something about managing a underwater position on leverage. All right, 3K is all I have. Let's do it. Put that 3K and get this money. All right, so if you guys were in my other streams, you saw somebody mention Luna to me, and I pretty much liked Luna on the daily, right? So I liked Luna on the daily. I was expecting $10, so I was pretty much longing around 690. So yeah, let me just go to my Twitter. So yeah, we spent a lot of energy on this stream, but we're gonna keep the stream going. We're gonna talk about Luna right now. So I'm gonna talk about Luna. I'm gonna give you guys an idea of how to manage an underwater position. So hopefully you guys could learn, because I didn't really have a stop loss on Luna, right? I was just using leverage and trying to manage the position as best as I could. So July 13th is when I longed Luna, and my entry was 691, right? So very high. And it doesn't seem like much, right? 691, price is 630, but I want to show you guys the percentage. So 691 is here, right? And we dropped 20%. That's a very large drop. It doesn't seem like much, but it's a large drop, and I was leveraged. So I'll show you guys how I managed it and what I could have done better, because I did learn from this trade. Even though it's an altcoin, I don't trade altcoins. If you know me, I just do Bitcoin. I just stick to high leverage Bitcoin, because with high leverage I could still get these returns. But anyways, we'll start from the daily time frame. All right, so pretty much we'll go from here. This is a good area. So I'll give you guys my thought process. So we had this daily order block, right? So we had this little accumulation range on Luna, right? I'm gonna talk about Luna real quick. All right, so let me just read chat before I talk to this. So I see Clotum in chat motivating people. He's right. Start with $50. 3 months is nothing. Learn more. Absolutely. See, we have Clotum in my Twitch chat giving some real advice. So like when you start trading and you're new, you don't want to start with a large amount of capital, because I can guarantee you 99% of people, they're gonna lose all their money right away. And unless you're that 1% that's disciplined already, that you know has learned from, because you have to learn from your mistakes as a trader, and nobody doesn't make mistakes. We all make mistakes. It doesn't matter how good you are as a trader, because the price is random, you know. So you're always gonna lose when you start trading. So start with a low amount of capital if you're starting to trade. 50 to 100, whatever doesn't hurt you when you lose it. All right, that's good advice by Closum, by the way. But yeah, on this trade, I pretty much saw this accumulation, and I saw this daily order block. So when I was longing here, right, I think I longed the next candle. All right, so yeah, I was longing pretty much here, right? I started at 691, right? I was expecting for us to bounce and at least take out these highs and try to test this. But what I didn't take into consideration was the fact that Bitcoin was looking bearish. And when Bitcoin is bearish, it's not really the best time to be longing alts. And I know this from experience as well, but I don't really trade alts. So even though I was in this trade on leverage, right? So my entry was 691 right here. I could have took profit. So I was in from July 13th, by the way. So July 13th. Yeah, I had bought this dip. I think it was this dip right here. So I was in from here. So I could have took profit, right? Because this is like a 7% move on leverage. Like I could have took profit, but I was expecting more profit and I wasn't managing the position. So that's the first mistake. My management on this position wasn't the best, because I could have took profit and made nice profit. So anyways, let's continue. So at this point, I'm pretty much underwater, and I believe it goes lower the next day. Yeah. So at this point, I didn't add to the position here because we're still in the daily block, and I want to see it bounce here, because I know if I add here, then if we nuke, I'm not really gonna have much leverage to add, right? Because I think my liquidation was already around 5 something, whatever, right, on this account, right? So I started with 3K and now it's 4.6K, and I'm gonna talk about it. I know people want to listen to Bitcoin, but this is a good topic for me to learn. So yeah, we had this wick and I didn't add here, right? So I was waiting, and then on this wick right here, when I saw this daily candle, at this point I started cutting some position off. So I was underwater bad over here, because this is pretty much a 15% move on leverage. So I was underwater bad over here. So I started to cut my position over here, right? I started to take some out. So I realized the loss, and then pretty much we wicked again, and the rest was history. All right, so yeah, so let me tell you guys where I added, because my entry on this pick right here, my entry was 627, right? And initially I started at 690. What was it? I started at 691. So basically what I did was I cut some, realized loss, and basically bought in around, I would say right here. So whatever I took off, I added more and then some over here. So from 690, my average went to 627 because I pretty much added. And then the reason I added here was because, first of all, Ethereum was looking good. Luna, it was looking pretty good despite all other altcoins dying, right? It was looking all right. And then on top of that, I was bullish on Bitcoin, so I knew if Bitcoin was going to break out, Luna was going to break out. So yeah, so we added here, and then I took profit this time up here at this right here. Took profit over here. So this was a nice little move, and pretty much from like down, my account was at 2.6K at one point. I pretty much made it back. So we're back at 4.6. And I think growing this account, I'll pretty much scalp Bitcoin. So I'll look for like high leverage on Bitcoin. Maybe another alt in the future, but yeah. Higher time frames on Luna, since somebody mentioned they want me to talk about it. So it's the same. Like if Bitcoin is gonna dump, Luna is eventually gonna dump. And maybe I'll long Luna again, but we'll see. So if Bitcoin dumps, we have 523, and then I spoke about this, right? So maybe we can get a scam wick below here, because I'll definitely long below here. As you can see, I already have alerts. You guys see these alerts? I already have the alerts ready. So if we take the liquidity below here, I'm gonna long Luna and look for a higher target. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching Luna as well, because I do like price action on it. Talk about BTC, forget about Luna, no one's interested. Look, bro, let me tell you something. XXA beast XX. I'm interested. That's all that matters. All right. I like reviewing plays because I can see where I F up, and I'm pretty sure you're not interested, but someone else in the stream is interested because you learn from your losses. All right. See, like you not interested, that tells me you're not gonna make it, bro, because you should be interested in losing. You should be more interested in losing than winning, because like you learn more from your losses than you do your wins. And to be honest, when I started trading, I used to watch losing traders on YouTube. I used to learn from the losing traders. So people who say listen to these great traders in the podcast, nah, I used to listen to people that are bad so I can learn from their mistakes. That's also alpha. So find people that suck at trading and learn from them, because you can learn from people that suck more than learn from people that are good, because you can learn where these people are making mistakes. And I swear to you, there's someone on Twitter that when he comments something bearish in my post, there is a high hit rate of a pump. I'm not going to show you guys this person, because then y'all gonna know my counter indicator that has a high hit rate. But if you lurk in my comments long enough, you will see that there's one person that comes into my comments every time I post longing, and he's talking bearish. It's funny. But yeah, so just on that, just learn from your losing trades more than you learn from your winning trades. All right, so let's talk about Bitcoin now. Let's talk about some Bitcoin. And let's see where we got plays. All right, so we have this trend line. I showed this trend line before, right? We got this resistance, support, 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 resistance, 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 resistance. Broke, couldn't hold that support, resistance, and then basically consolidation. So we got the break on this chart, this trend line. And I already had this level before. So like, if you look at this level right here, we wicked right off the level. And basically the reason I had this level is because it was a prior swing point right here. We made a swing low, and then we went to near 36K. So it was a key level. And then when we came back, we tried to hold it at support, and we bounced a weak bounce, followed by another bounce, and then we came back to it and we failed. So what do you expect when we first touch it? Quick wick off of that level, right? Because that's the first retest. We broke it here and we never really retested it. So yeah, that's a good level to have. But me, based on this chart right here, I do like to play a retest over here. So best believe I'm gonna be scalping anything near this trend line for sure. I'm gonna be looking to take a scalp on leverage and capture a small move, because these are the type of trend line retests that I like to long. So we had the initial break of the trend line and we spent some time above it, right? So about 12 hours, and on the retest of this trend line, I'm longing blindly. I'm taking a blind long on this, by the way. So like, I'm gonna set bids over here and just long it, because it's also a good area. All right, so let me look at chat. Haha, he said we know him. Nah, I don't think nobody knows him, to be honest. All right, so we about to, I'm gonna do a new chart and look for some setups with the current price action on a new chart. But I have many other charts that are giving me setups, but we'll do something fresh. Like we have this trend line here, but I like the other one better, by the way. So we also had this one that rejected. So based on this chart, if we do something like this and reject, best believe Ninja will be, you already know what we do if this rejects with a high. All right. So yeah, we got levels to play, and I do have a lot of charts. I got many charts, but yeah, we'll just remove the drawings. Majin became full bow mode. I already talked about Majin. I don't know if you guys see my post, but I recommend anybody that wants to, remove toxicness from their Twitter to mute that guy. He's trash. All right, shit poster. Mute. Look, let me see. He did. All right. Do I have him? Yeah. See, I already have him muted. I've been having him muted for like years, so he's trash. Mute. Am I a Z main? You funny. Actually, I'm not, to be honest. Like, I main Riven. So before I start on this new chart, I just want to interact with chat, and then we'll do a new chart. Imagine listening to Majin. Yeah, imagine. Let me see how the order books are looking. So yeah, I need the chat to talk to me, because I don't want to get bored. I need the chat to talk. I need y'all guys to be interactive, because we're gonna do a chart and we're gonna look for some intraday scalps. So on Bybit, retail traders on Bybit have puked. All right. So I'll show you guys what I'm looking at over here, so you guys can get an idea. All right. So this is Bybit on the footprints chart, and we have, maybe if I do, all right, you guys can see this. Oh, this is BitMEX actually. All right, so look at Bybit. Let's look at Bybit. So they're puking their shorts, Bybit. Of course, retail is gonna be scared of this pump. So yeah, this is better. This is a better idea. So look, you guys can see better here. So Bybit in this area, you can see they were building shorts, right? This is the price action in the 29.8K range to 29.2. So you can see they started building short positions from this breakdown. Retail. This is retail, by the way. So Bybit Bybit is mostly retail traders. So you can see they're pretty much short, and then most of them probably started closing here, expecting a pump, and then people shorted again, 29.8K, you can see right here, underwater. And then on this move, they panic closed the shorts, some consolidation, they didn't add to shorts, and on the next move up, they got wrecked over here, shorts closing, and now they're just pretty much puking slowly. So retail is puking their shorts. We can see this here. All right. Let's go to BitMEX. BitMEX, on the other hand, these are more experienced traders from my experience. So you can see BitMEX is still short. So this is all good data to have while you're trading. So BitMEX been shorting since 31K, and they've been adding to shorts, and they haven't really puked. So you can see BitMEX is still short, so we can see some downside. So BitMEX, they're pretty much, how I look at them now, is not as retail as it was before. So they're pretty much more experienced traders. So we have to respect them because they're not usually long. So BitMEX is still massively short. All right. So let's see. So I'm gonna do a new chart, and we'll get some new levels, and then we'll see if we have some scalps. And then I think I'm pretty much gonna wrap up the stream. And if you guys have questions, feel free to ask questions, by the way. So yeah, so let's get this chart going. All right, pretty much done with that chart. I know it's a bit messy, but uh, before I go, I'll just explain where I'll be looking to make plays, and we'll be scalping. Hopefully we get um, some volatility coming in. So yeah, I know this looks like a pretty much ugly chart, right? There's a lot of levels and lines, but it all makes sense in some way. But first, let me just make sure the sound and everything is good before I start. So is the music too loud right now, or is it good? I need somebody to give me feedback before I start talking because I can't really hear. All right, cool. Sorry, so the music is good, and this is basically my new chart. I also have other charts that I'm also watching, but the plays over here for lower time frame scalping only, of course. Um, so what I see here, let's start with the higher time frame first. Um, so yeah, basically this area over here, hold on, was the supply area, the 4-hour supply. So price was basically distributed here. Before we broke down lower, we gave it a little retest and we couldn't break above it. And currently right now, we wicked into that 4-hour supply. So we have to respect the bears still, because as you can see over here that they're still aggressively selling, because this is a nasty wick over here. All right, so we have that, and we also have this trend line that I showed earlier that I do like, because it basically shows me the downtrend. Resistance, 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 and now we kind of wicked we wicked into that trend line. All right, so I spoke about earlier what would give me more of a bull bias. I would like to see them close above this trend line, and it will close above this 4-hour supply, and then we would break the higher low pattern that we have forming. All right, because we're still a higher low here. So bullishness will be breaking above here, and then with confirmation, and then I would look to long, because that will give me a good reason to be bullish. So right now we're bullish lower time frame, but we can still go down, because as we mentioned before in the stream, there is some kind of weak lows here, and there's a lot of resting liquidity, and most of retail has closed their shorts. So the fact that retail panic closed their shorts is all that whales probably wanted to do, because as you can see, BitMEX is still short, and like I said before, BitMEX is usually not wrong, so they're still holding short positions underwater. All right, so BitMEX is still short. Most of retail got wrecked on shorts, and possibly we have some trap shorts. Like I said, we have trap shorts. I'm guessing. I have to look more into detail. So right off the bat, I am looking to take possibly a long here, something like this. I'm going to be looking to scalp a long over here with leverage. Right, but I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm not going to be aggressively playing, but I do like this zone over here for a scalp. So I would play this nicely. So from 30.6 to 30.9, I'll be looking to take a scalp, because I mentioned this pattern before. This little lower time frame pattern right here is inorganic, right? And they usually get tested, and you can expect a reaction over here. So I'll be looking to take a scalp here, from 30.6 to 30.9. Over here, if we come here, I'm gonna look for a reaction, but like I said, I'm not gonna be aggressive, but I'm expecting a bounce from 31.2 if we do come here, 31.2. And for the short scenario, basically, I remember this wick. So this wick was basically from the conference. We wicked, I was watching the conference and I saw a price pumped. So not really the demand we want to see, right? Because this is an inorganic pump. It could be stops, shorts getting trapped. I mean, shorts getting stopped out and longs getting trapped. So on the short side, I'll be watching for something like this. If we come up during Asia session, take out the stops, and then my trigger over here would basically be we take out the stops. I see some aggressive sellers come over here, maybe 33K, who knows? And then we come back below this trend line, and then I'll be looking for like a hedge over here, because I do like this trend line, and plus it's the 4-hour demand zone or supply zone, and I like how this trend line has been reacting, and we already wicked off, right? So I'll be looking at the order books over here for shorts or hedges, because we don't short, we hedge. Shorting is bad. So yeah, looking for something like that. And let's look. Yeah, so the levels on basically TPO that I'm interested is pretty much 30.6 to here. So this is a single print in TPO, and it's an anomaly. It doesn't, we shouldn't see single prints in the middle of the bodies. Like I said, I'm a noob, but from what I learned is when you have single prints in the middle of an auction, it's considered weak auction, right? As you can see right here, for example, we talked about this earlier. We had a single print in the middle, so that was weak auction. So right on the daily open, they took that single print out and then we dumped. All right. So looking for weak auction, and this is weak auction. So I'm expecting price to eventually test 31.2. So we have weak auction, right? And we have trapped shorts in this area. So I'm expecting a nice little bounce. So $100 point, $50, $200 move. I'll take it because I'm gonna use leverage. Yeah, so right there. And then basically I drew this trend line here. Resistance, resistance, and we broke through it and we haven't retested. So another area to long, and that's why I also like this 30.5 area, because there's also confluence here with the single prints. So yeah, so an aggressive long for me would be the first touch here, aggressive, and I'm more interested to long over here. So the trend line and then a wick into this zone followed by here, and then I'll look for a quick pump. And I'm currently still holding some of my position from 29.3, and then I'm also holding some of my position from 30K, but I'm still going to be interested to add long. All right, what is a single print? So a single print in TPO is basically when price spends not really any time in that vicinity. So if you look on the chart, when we pumped above 30K or 31K, we didn't really spend any time at all here. So there's like a void of liquidity here. So on TPO, it looks pretty much like this. So there's a void, and it's considered weak auction, and people like to fade and that be their target. So yeah, it'll look back. We'll look back to fill it. Do you pay much attention to the gaps just above 30K? I don't think I really know what that question is, to be honest. It's like an imbalance. Yeah, it's pretty much an imbalance. So like if we look at footprints, so this is a quick talk about imbalance. I think this is the wick right here. Yeah, so this is the wick, and when you see an imbalance, you see pretty much on the buy side, they're pretty much, I think it's like 68% more than, or 40%. I forget the number, but basically it's supposed to be read as this. So right here, imbalance, 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 right? So we have imbalance here, imbalance. So it's not, so it's like 18K, 107K, 26K, 214K. So 214K buyers, 26K sellers, right? Over here, imbalance on the sell side, 1.1 million sell, 214K. All right, so it's diagonal. So it's diagonal. 205K, 1.8 million. Diagonal. All right, so that's the imbalance. And right here, you also have an imbalance. Diagonal, 147K, 762. So yeah, imbalances. And they're good when you build a strategy on the imbalances. Let's look at the top. Let's look how the top looks. All right. So you can see most of this was stop losses. The stops were buying up the price, because you can see there's not really much sellers over here. So the people's getting stopped out, but the sellers did step up over here. These could be stop outs as well. I wasn't really paying attention. See, the open interest went down as well. All right. So that was the top wick. So we can see it was it was liquidations and sellers basically. All right, so I think I'm gonna pretty much wrap up the screen. I talked about the levels. You can see the levels where I'm interested to long in on lower time frames. And yeah, long and short, we're ready to play both sides. So if you stood in this stream this long, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And I will be looking to upload this exact stream on my YouTube. So I'm gonna post a link on my Twitter, so make sure you check it out. And like I said, if you guys want more streams like this, I need some support from you guys on Delta. So I'm gonna post my link again, hoping that someone could at least trade some volume. So look, just sign up on Delta. I'm pretty much trading on it right now. I'm doing a challenge. So I started with 3K. I'm now at 4.6K. So I need y'all to support the stream so we could get more streams, because I'm sponsored by them. And I do like the exchange. So yeah, we're growing the 3K account. So hopefully we could go from 3K to like 10K, 15K. So we grow together on stream basically. All right. So appreciate y'all all for joining. Make sure y'all watch the replay for all the alpha. And also check out my YouTube. Subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing more alpha on my YouTube as well. So I just started doing the streams, but I'm definitely going to have alpha on YouTube and go over trades. Like I went over my trade here. So this is stuff that can help you. So these videos are going to be private in the future, so take advantage of them now. All right, but yeah, y'all have my levels, and let's get this money. Let's see how Asia is gonna take care of the auction, and we'll be ready to play long or short. All right. Tutorial on footprints, maybe in the future. That was a little tutorial, by the way, so you could watch that again and see. But I appreciate everyone for joining. I'll see you guys on the next stream, and yeah, thanks for joining. Peace.